We've had her getting, she was pregnant, she was intimidated and harassed. We've received just technically everything. Family is very important, but you see, sometimes, not for everyone, but sometimes your purpose, consumes your family, and your purpose is actually more higher than your family.
So your purpose tends to override the dangers.
Yes.
And speaking of that, we're going to have someone on the line right now that we're going to speak to, who's going to be able to elaborate more about purpose overriding the dangers that you would face in pursuit of that purpose. Hi, Noma.
Hi.
So I've got Solomon in studio.
Is that Noma or my wife?
Your husband.
My wife.
Surprise.
My only wife. So you knew about this? You guys set me up, Amanda?
Oh, yes, indeed. Remember, I said I'm a journalist, so I've got my ways of, getting to people and coercing them to agree
to
certain things.
I told Amanda I don't normally agree because I've got a habit of outshining you, but...
And actually, that was my favorite part. She said, no. I like to see my husband shine, and so I tend to take over if I'm given the opportunity to do so.
Yes.
So I said, no, it will be controlled. So, Noma, today we're talking about living our lives by design, and Solomon has been doing just that, pursuing purpose, and in him doing that, there's been some dangers. And he was saying that there's a way that, pursuing purpose can override the dangers that you are facing by doing so. And I know that you would attest to this because your family has been facing so much danger, because of the activist and the work that your husband has been doing. As a wife, as a mother, how do you face this? How do you not panic and not be in fear for your family?
Amanda, I won't lie. In the beginning, I think I was shocked with everything that was going on, especially with it coming from the sector that it was coming from, because, you will think it's people that are peace-loving, forgiving, and all of that. And I think what I got for me was shocking. And the first time it happened, I think I was 5 months pregnant or so. So you can imagine all that emotion that came with it. But there's one thing that my husband said in one of the many threatening calls that we were getting. And he said, how can you kill somebody who's already dead?
That's deep. Meaning.
And that hit me. That really hit me, and I went back and I had my own conversations with God, and I said, wow, this man is challenging me to really trust you and die in you. So as much as he's on this journey, my journey is different, but it's linked to him. And I think he took my activism to another level.
How so?
She didn't tell you. She's a product of activism. She's just a corporate activist.
So it's a perfect match.
Yeah, she fights for justice, fights for people there.
So I would understand then why you would, as dangerous as it is, you would then say, you know what, go ahead and pursue this, because you also have, the same goal.
Yes, I do. But I think what made it when he said that, and I went back and I had my own conversations with God. It was more about, at the end of the day, really, there's nothing much that he can do to protect me or the kids. We don't belong to him. We belong to the Maker. And like he's saying, I'm also now choosing to die. And yeah, that's what I did. I said I'm choosing to die. And seeing my husband live that and really believe in it. I mean, there's times when I'll be like, can you stop posting photos of our kids? And I just saw how for him it's like nothing will happen to the kids. Anyway, if something happens, they go back to God. We are just custodians. It made me relax a bit, but I did get off Facebook.
I can imagine. And
no, I had
Just one thing that before I let you go, there's a post that I saw that kind of disturbed me, that people would hate on little kids like that, would label kids like that. Did Solomon show you what they said about the kids, and how did you deal with that?
No, I've just told him, I think people on Facebook are living on a different planet. And I'm not interested in that. I think over the years, I mean, it's been consistent, touch ye not the anointed,
Yes.
And my understanding of who God is and who scriptures, what scriptures say, I got to a point where that does nothing to me. And whatever you say about me, my husband, my children, really it doesn't matter. What matters is what God says about me. And it's something that I've brought also into the office, where I tell people, you know what, at the end of the day, you get appraisals, you get whatever. What's your mirror? Who's your mirror? And when you look at yourself, what do you judge yourself against? Personally, Psalm 139. So whatever you say, whatever you do, it's okay. It's okay. At the end of the day, I know who I am. I know what I stand for, and I know what I'm here for.
And you know what you're supporting. You know what your husband stands for, and it's what matters.
It's what matters. And you know what? I don't want to be that one person who stops the work of God. We are all here for a certain purpose. I wouldn't be very happy if one day he says to me, you need to stop working and be a housewife. Because that is not what God had brought me here for.
Yeah.
And also, one of my greatest purposes, which is something that we also share together, I'm the only woman in the house. I've got 3 boys.
Surrounded by boys.
I'm surrounded by boys. So for them to see a woman also standing by herself, for herself, and doing what God has brought her to do, and not being afraid to support her husband and vice versa, I think that's the greatest gift that we can give our children, with love, and obviously. But yeah.
And it definitely takes a strong, powerful woman to do that.
Thank you.
We appreciate you for that.
You see, she can take over now. All right.
Thank you,
Time
Noma.
to go to work.
Before I start,
Love you.
I start giving people demos. Let me go back to my duty.
And thank you for joining us.
All right. Thanks, Amanda.
Bye. See you later.
Bye. See you later. Did you drop a hat in my office?
A hat?
Okay. Maybe it's one of my people. All right.
Okay, now we get to learn about other things.
I surprise
Thank you,
her
Noma.
sometimes.
That's beautiful. So you're still able to keep up with your duties as a husband and your duties as a father.
Yes. I think it has changed my life. I think part of the purpose also, remember, in as much as sometimes we have a purpose, maybe you're a businessman, a politician, or your job, but part of your purpose is linked to your family. When you're married, you have kids, your kids are part of your purpose, So I take them to school. I wake them up in the morning. I'm the one that, one is 2, one is 4. I'm the one that washes them and change them and get them ready to school. I've changed more nappies than my wife had changed.
It's a strong husband right there as well.
So I bath them more than she does. You just know that you have that balance. She has a full-time job. I work for myself, so I'm flexible, so I need to be able to play some sort of role in it, and all that kind of stuff. And I think that way you're going to have a complete and purposeful life, not just in certain areas, but you try in every areas of your life.
Now, before we wrap up, what would you say to that person that says, but I don't know, how do I identify my purpose? Are there things that one could perhaps be able to identify and say, okay, if I like this, that could point me to my purpose. If I've been exposed to that could point me to my purpose. How does one get to identify what their purpose is? Because not everybody is living their lives by design, and that's what we're hoping to do, that at the end of it all, you are able to look within and say, okay, now I do understand that I have a life of purpose that I have to live, but how do I get there?
Yeah. I think, for a lot of people finding their purpose, I always say there's 2 questions to ask, and you mentioned one of them. What do I love? What do I love? What do you love that you can sit down and do for hours, that you can do for free and not get paid?
Yeah.
Because I could do a lot of things for free and not get paid.
Yeah.
And until this day, my wife is even trying to tell me, get a balance, make some money, because
you need to make some money at the end of the day.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's going to bring you money because you love it. But what do you really love? Look at your life, flashback 6 years, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
As a child, what is that thing that, wow, you love? And on the second question is the flip side. What do you hate? Because what you hate
can point you to your purpose as well.
If you hate injustice, if you hate to see people in poverty, if you hate to see hospitals in a certain way, if you hate to see the education system in a certain way, and you are the change. That's purpose for you there. You can go in there and do it differently as a teacher, as a lecturer, as a doctor, as a, whatever. But these two questions are very important. And we also have to go down our history from family to school, to our social interaction, to our spirituality, to the books that we read, the movies. What is it about? Once you take some sort of evaluation of that, it should give you an idea. But not everyone discovers their life, by design. Not everyone discovers their purpose early. Yeah. But as long as you're seeking for it and you're not just, one thing also, you have to be careful that you're not living somebody else's purpose.
Yes.
You might be living
it evolves as well.
Yeah. It evolves.
It's
not just, and you don't just say, okay, this is what you want to do for the rest of your life. But is that really it? Remember back in the day, our parents used to do that. They're teachers all the way. But we're a different generation, so you have to understand that. And also when your parents are trying to influence, get a steady job and stay on that job, they also have to understand that you belong to another different generation, that you could change and still be successful and still be fulfilled. The whole idea is purpose brings you fulfillment.
It sure does. Where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Facebook is Solomon Izang Ashoms. Solomon Izang is Izang and Ashoms is ASHOMS. And you can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at Solomon Ashoms ASHOMS. Or you can especially for those who have been abused in the church system, financially or sexually abused, or anyone that would need help, you can send us a WhatsApp message on 082-212-9438. That is +27 82-212-9438.
Thank you so much for joining us, Solomon.
Pleasure. Thank you so much for letting me share my story.
So this has been Life by Design right here on Channel Africa. We are on the DSTV audio PK, channel 802. So you can find us on that platform. We are also online. It's www.channelafrica.co.za. You're also going to find Life by Design on social media. It's Living Life by Design on Facebook, at Living Life by Design, Twitter and Instagram. Till next time.
Life by Design. Be the update of your life.